Welcome to the Jan Podcast, Season 1, Episode 15. I'm your host, Jan, and your co-host is Sally Ann. You like that? Hello. How are you this
Hello
week?
there. Hello.
Hello.
There.
Hello. Come up with pie on your
Uh-huh.
face. Hello.
Lemon meringue. It's great for
All
the
right.
wrinkles.
Oh, I wanted to bring up a peeve I have. It's timely because I'm just coming off of PTO, right? My peeve is PTO that really isn't. Okay.
Okay.
The PTO that says it was PTO, but it really wasn't PTO because you spent every day on the phone with work. Even though you're not supposed to be there, they still had to call you for everything. And I mean, one of them, what are they supposed to do? Equipment was breaking down. What are they
Okay.
supposed to do?
But
But
are you
I got in
required?
trouble
Is it
for
your
being on the
personal
phone.
phone that they're calling you
No,
on?
my work phone, they're blowing up. They don't have my personal number.
What if you turned your work phone off since you're on PTO?
If it's an emergency, an injury or something, I kind of have to answer it because they may or may not know exactly what they need to do. But it has to go into a chain of who gets called. Even if I'm
Mm-hmm.
on PTO, I need to know about it. So I'm going to
Okay.
hear about it. But we're having like machinery breaking down. We're short. So that's a huge deal. So I
Mm-hmm.
understand why they did, but they could have handled it a little better.
Yeah, for sure.
It just made my week extra long having to deal with that crap. And then it always hits me in my most productive time, the earliest time of my day when I'm the most productive. And then it just drags me down because now I'm like, oh, work.
Do you find yourself more productive in the morning than in the evenings?
I do. I didn't used to be. Well, I was always a little more productive early, but not like this. I might get up at 3, so I'm up so early. And by
Ugh.
5 o'clock, I've got more done than I ever would have if I'd
Yeah.
have got up at 8 to 11 or whatever. I'm more productive when it's still dark outside and I feel like I have to get somewhere. Like I'm so productive when I know I need to go to work. All of a sudden, I've got so much shit I can do. Look at all this I can do. No, I'm not, I can't delay going to work. I still have to go to work. I'm making fun of you. Sally was saying something to someone in the room. She was mouthing it, and so I was making fun of her and doing it back. Looked like we lost
I
our
muted I
audio.
muted myself and yelled at him, but he's just giving me the baby browns. Won't get off the
That's
bed,
how it
so
works.
fuck him.
That's how it works.
I don't
That's
give a
how it
shit.
works.
Stay on the bed.
Oh man.
Whatever. So I hear what you're saying, but it's frustrating to me that if you're on PTO and you're not being paid to be there, or are you salary?
I'm salary.
Oh,
I don't
but
have a
even
choice.
salaried people get PTO,
Yeah, but
paid time
salary
off.
people get abused on that crap, okay? Because when you're salaried, you're expected to do this, you're expected to do that. Okay, so I could be in bed asleep on Sunday and they call me, I have to answer the phone. I don't have a choice. I mean, I could not answer it and lose my job. I could not answer it and have
I
something
mean,
that I
what are they
really
going to
should have
charge you
heard.
with though? Job abandonment?
You know what? They're restructuring. Bye. It's
Fuck
as simple
off.
as that. It's just you just
Yeah.
have to go beyond or it just I don't know. You just have to. It's just the way it is when you're salary.
Yuck.
That's why I need
No,
to
thank you.
get a podcast and take off and run.
Uh,
But you gotta like and subscribe. Like,
oh
follow,
yeah, like,
share,
subscribe, all
subscribe.
the things. Yeah.
That's funny. I was at work one time, and I was sitting there and I'm always there the last one. Okay, I'm always the last one out. And in the wintertime when it's dark at 4 o'clock, if I'm there at 4, it's dark in there. Okay, the entire room is dark, and the lights trigger auto, right? So
Okay.
where I'm sitting is literally the only light in the entire warehouse. I look up and that's it, just that. I will hear shit, and I will feel like I am being fucking watched. I'm to
Mm-mm.
my core. I feel like I'm being watched. I'm like fuck,
Well,
and
they
I will
probably have a
finish what
camera
I
on
got to
you.
do and get out of there. And I had one. I mean, you ever feel like that? You ever feel like something's freaking watching me? I'm in a place where there shouldn't be anything able to watch me, but something's watching me.
Yeah.
Haven't you ever felt like that?
Of course.
Especially at our
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was just creepy, and I had one time I went on to I have a camera right over my desk, and like an idiot, it's like 5 o'clock on a Sunday, and nobody's there. They haven't been there for
Wait, you're at
hours.
work?
No, I'm at home
Oh,
looking
you're
at
at
my
home.
work
Okay, okay,
camera.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Gotcha.
I have a work camera over my desk, and I kick on, and I really have no reason to be on there. There's nobody there. There's nothing going on. I kick on, and all I can hear is whoop.
No,
I hit that fucking disconnect so fast. I was like,
no.
ah, I hit that
Yeah,
disconnect. Yeah, I was like, yeah, nope, nope.
we're not doing that.
Yeah, it made the hairs on my fucking body just jump. I was like, oh my god, I know I
Yeah,
didn't hear that. No. Yeah,
nope.
I won't be there that by myself like that
Mm-mm.
anymore. Not that
Fuck,
date. No, no,
fuck
no.
that. Yeah, absolutely not. No, it's gonna be a no for me, dog. Yeah, that kind of stuff. I don't like hearing my voice or my name whispered at all. Even when
No.
people that are joking with me, they do that. It's just like, nah, go fuck yourself. We're not friends
Yeah.
anymore.
You're
That
like,
scares
no,
the
you're
crap
creepy.
out of me. There was a
You're
movie when I
creepy.
was younger, and the lead actress's name was Sally, and they would whisper her name and everything,
Sally.
and it
Wait, what?
scared the shit. That one.
Is
That's
that
the
the
one.
Yep, I remember I used to
Yep.
tease you with that all the
And
time.
Dad used to have to carry me up the stairs because they were little fucking stair monsters, and he had to carry me up the stairs for like 3 weeks because in the show they grabbed her foot when she's going up the stairs and made her fall down the stairs, and they would just
I mean,
for
you're like,
years.
what, 6, 7 years old? You're
I
just
was
a
hella
little
young.
kid.
Yeah, I was probably 7. I think it was like when we first moved into that new house and
Yeah.
the other house, and I was just like, fuck no,
Oh man.
not
I
a
remember
fan.
being real little and mom would watch TV and one of my favorite shows to watch with her and it would scare the living shit out of me was Kolchak, Night Stalker. Do you remember that? He was a
No.
reporter. Oh man, he was a reporter. There was only
Was it
like
Darren McGavin?
yes, yes. It was one season from like 74 to 75. He drove a yellow Mustang 66 convertible. He was a
What?
total train wreck of a person. Just a real
Way too cool of a
sleazebag
car
kind of
for
a
that
guy.
dude.
Like always tailing behind the cops to get into the crime scene to get snapped, and they'll be like, "Call Jack, get the hell out of here!" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah," and then goes into another room,
Hilarious.
and you're just like,
And
"Oh
he was bumbling.
Oh yeah, totally. But that had some scary shit in it. I mean, there was some scary ones. I was like, "Holy crap!" And then that ended up being the inspiration for the X Files. Apparently, for when he wrote it, he said that series was huge, huge
Really.
inspiration. And you can get that from it. That kind of a Kolchak vibe from it. But yeah, that was a great show. That was one of my faves. I bought the season so I could watch it over again.
I remember watching things from behind the couch, like at
Oh
the
yeah.
first house.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I remember like walking down the hallway. I couldn't walk down the hallway because if you walk down the hallway, one
It
of them
creeped.
would go, "Sally, go to bed." And so I'd have to go back to bed. But then like
That's because you were too
if
young to
you
realize it creaked and gave you
no, I didn't
away.
understand that
Yeah.
sound
You'd
carried. I had
creak,
no
and I'd be
idea.
like, "Who's in there?"
Yeah.
Like, "Man!" I'm like,
Yeah. But if you got down low enough and like crawled really slow,
yeah, I didn't make that little
then
sound.
I could watch whatever around the corner.
You're funny.
And I remember watching a lot of stuff I wasn't supposed to watch, but I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
watching stuff then and then just being petrified for whatever. And mom would be like, "What's wrong with you?" And I couldn't tell her. I'd be like, nothing, I
It's
don't
that
know.
giant beast that you watched. Oh, I mean,
Yeah, right.
yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I
Stupid.
I remember being, behind that couch doing the same damn thing, so I'm surprised we
Hmm.
weren't meeting there. I was doing the same thing, looking around the couch, but I was doing it like she was watching news or something, or Johnny Carson or something, and I really wasn't supposed to be watching it. So
Yeah.
I do
I
remember watching someone had gotten killed, and it was a big deal. And now it's like fucking multiple people a day, and it's no big
That's
deal.
all it is.
I
Yeah.
just remember what a big deal it was for someone to die, to get murdered back then. It was like a huge deal, but now it's pretty commonplace.
Yeah. Um, yeah, but I do remember watching way inappropriate shit
Oh yeah.
and it was cheesy stuff like, like The Fog.
Oh
There's no
yes.
reason for The Fog to be scary, but then you put scary music on it
Oh
or you put
yeah.
like, make it
Anticipation.
suspenseful and you
Yes.
don't see something but you hear it and that's always freaks you out.
That's
I
usually
think
the worst.
yeah,
When you're
I think
expecting to see it and you never do, it's just, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty. But those were different times back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They didn't have like the kind of budgets that they have now for shows, and it was a lot of fear factor in those. You know what I mean? Just the very thought of
it
what
was
could be
just,
around that
and
corner.
you weren't as desensitized to things then either.
No.
Scary things were actually scary
Yes, they
because,
were
like you just said, you're not being, force fed
fed it.
something
Yep.
horrible 24 hours a day. We didn't have
Yep.
24-hour news. It was like 6 and 11. I think they had the morning news and then 6 and 11. And you waited, they'd tease you with the headlines and,
And then they
things like
blame it
that.
on
And
video games. Okay, whatever.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah. Oh,
exactly.
you know what? I got a book for my friend's little baby, and I
Hmm.
wanted to share it with you.
Oh,
It's called The S Word. Have you
oh,
seen it?
no.
And it starts off, of course. Hang on. It's called The S Word, and then you open it up and you basically give it to him. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It says, "I want to talk about shirts. That's it, just shirts. I'm definitely not talking about anything else, so don't think that at all. Let me just get my shirts together. Okay, here's my pile of shirts." Then it says, "We just did a shirt load of laundry, so my shirts don't stink. Um,
Uh,
I have some really good shirts. Let me show you." It says, "This shirt is my absolute favorite. I call it the shirt. I like it so much, sometimes I forget to change. I forget to change it. Same shirt, different day." Yeah, and then this shirt is dipped in dye. I call it my dip shirt. This is a holy shirt. It has holes after some of the pieces of shirt fell off, and it looks like a turd in his hand. And then this is a little shirt. Mom says I'm getting too old for this shirt. I mean, it just goes on and on and on.
That's
There's like
clever.
probably 10 more of those. It's really cute. And I
That
think
is
the older they
clever.
get, the more they catch on, what the play of the word is. But
Yeah,
I thought that would be fun.
that's funny. Yeah,
Semi inappropriate, right? It wouldn't be
absolutely. Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
be me if I wasn't giving them
Right.
something inappropriate,
No,
or if I wasn't
absolutely.
reading it inappropriately. So,
You read that book? That's adorable. Did you read the book or hear the book that Samuel Jackson did? It's read out loud called "Go the F to
yes.
Sleep." Oh my
Yes.
gosh, that one's really
Oh
good
my
too.
goodness.
So
It's a
great.
classic
But
already,
that was the
man.
same kind of thing, where it's just like it's leading up to where you think they're going to say one thing and then it bap, comes out and says something else. He's like, oh,
Absolutely.
wait, wasn't ready for that.
That's so
No, that's
funny.
too cute. My little shirt. That's a little shirt.
My little shirt. I don't give a shirt. Mom
Give
says
a
she's tired of this shirt. Oh, that's funny, man. Um, you had something you wanted to talk about?
Just catalogs. Are
Yeah,
we there
let's
yet?
do it. I love
Are we there yet?
catalogs. You said
Okay.
catalogs, and it made me go back to all the catalogs. I mean, that's how you bought everything back then.
Oh my gosh. So back in our day, catalogs were, and I'm not exaggerating here, 2 inches thick, thin ass pages. Because when you would circle what you wanted, sometimes they would rip.
It would soak through.
But it was basically, if you could imagine Amazon in book form, that's what a catalog was. They had everything in there, everything. And it was so funny because, like, mom was masterful at this. She'd be like, here, take the catalog and go circle what you want for Christmas. And it's 785 pages, and I'm going to go circle what I want for, how's she going to find it? You know what I mean? So you had to like find clever ways of like getting her to get to that page or whatever, like just
Yep.
leaving it open in the bathroom, like leaving
Yes.
it open on the counter.
As
Here, this look at
indiscreet
this
as
toy
possible. Yeah.
section just happened to, and like I would circle shit I knew I was never ever gonna get, like a life size astronaut or something like that. Just like dumb shit, like the weirdest shit was in there, but it wasn't weird. It wasn't like it was
No, it
just like
was
because that's
normal.
yeah, that's where you got your stuff, everything you got in a catalog. Go look at the
I
catalog.
can't remember the name of this place, Sally, and you had to order in a catalog, okay?
Hmm.
It was over there across from the mall. You had to order in a catalog, and then you went to the store, and they would go back in the back of the store, get it for you, and it would come out on a conveyor belt. I can't remember the name of it.
There was something like that. It
That's
was
where I
like
got my
ABC
stereo
or something
equipment
like
from.
that. but I can't remember.
Mom is gonna listen to this and she's gonna be
She's
like,
gonna be
"It's
like,
this."
"It's this."
We're gonna be like, "Mother effer." Yeah, but that was a catalog I remember big time because I bought my stereo equipment out
I
of
think
there.
when we record, she should have to be on standby
Yeah, we should have her in the
for her
studio so
memory
she can type in there
because,
wrong
yeah,
pennies. Okay,
she
thanks, Mom.
she would be our editor. Nope, you're wrong. It's this. Damn it. Okay.
Well, we were close. We were close.
Yeah, so close.
She corrects us in the comments, so that's always good. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Okay. 20 minutes later. Go ahead.
The hours later. I remember, like, I think you mentioned Sears, and they had like a
Yes,
distribution center across town,
they did.
and you would order like a lawnmower or an appliance or something
The
like
big
that,
stuff.
and then you would go over to that distribution center and get it there because they didn't have that stuff
It
like
was
in
over by
the
the overpass. You,
mall one. Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
small overpass.
Yeah, the small overpass. Yes.
Small overpass, because it
Well,
was there
back
for
then, yeah.
a long time. And then there was another, like there was ABC was another catalog that there was, and it was like gift wrap and decorations and bullshit like that. And that one you could order stuff from that. But I remember going to Mervin's in the back had this is hilarious. They had their catalog and it was chained to the desk that you could look
They
at
had
it
like a
on.
hole in it or
Like,
something, huh? To keep
yeah,
it.
like
Oh my
somebody's gonna
god.
steal your fucking catalog.
Wow.
But I remember that going back there because like you would walk through all the store and everything and look, and then it wouldn't have what you wanted, but then you could go to the catalog and you could look and then go to the catalog, and they didn't even have the option of like delivering it to your house. Like they
Oh
would have to
god,
deliver
no.
it
They
to
weren't
the
even delivering
Mervyn,
food then.
and then you would go to the Mervyn's and pick it up. And then they had food delivery. It was called Schwann's. Remember
Oh
Schwann's?
god. Oh lord. Well, I don't even know how long Schwann's has been around. Holy crap.
I don't know
Are
either,
they
but
still around? I
uh
haven't seen a Schwann's truck
let me
in a
check my
minute.
Googly Bear. I don't even know anymore.
They had one in the O the Oville back there.
Schwann's Company. Looks like it's still kicking.
Wow. I
I
wonder
know.
if they're
How
still
about that?
selling $14 individual pizzas.
They have a
Jesus.
passion for knowing what foods people crave.
Oh yeah. I do have another peeve, and I'm gonna get it out right now.
Yeah. Bring it.
I shop at Walmart because it's just by my house. Okay,
Sure.
I don't do a lot of shopping there, but I'll go in and grab root beer or whatever there. But every time I go in, okay, I go in at 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning so I can avoid people and get my stuff and get out. Okay,
Yeah.
but that's when they're stocking the shelves, and it's also they're always picking people's orders. So there's these racks with all these blue shelves in them, okay? And they're going through and they're picking orders for people that are going to pull into a spot, sit on their ass and wait for their shit to come to them.
Hey,
And
listen.
there's like 30 of them in the store, okay? They're everywhere. They're so everywhere that I can't even get through the goddamn aisleways. That annoys the shit out of me. I'm just like, come on, man. Come in and get your groceries. If you got a cast on, okay, I get it. You can't get your shit. But you're just sitting
Yeah.
there waiting for someone else to do all your shopping for you. It's Walmart, people. Fuck.
Well,
Okay, rant over.
I mean, that was one of the things I really enjoyed about the
Of course it
pandemic
is, you
was
lazy motherfucker.
the fact that I could sit there and I can order exactly what I want from some other store we don't shop at anymore because of the boycott, but I
Yes.
could order exactly what I want and get it, and my total was $80 instead of $180, or because I got all this other stupid bullshit that I didn't want, but that the gods spoke to me and told me that I needed once I was inside the store. So that's what I liked about it.
It allows you to limit
I
yourself.
find myself still saving money doing it that way because, yeah, I'm one of them lazy motherfuckers who doesn't want to go into the store.
Oh, you
And
lazy
that's why.
motherfucker. You
Yeah.
lazy motherfucker. But I also can't stand the grazers in Costco, so it
The
is what it is.
grazers.
The grazers.
That's funny.
I can't get down the goddamn aisle because there's 7 grazers over there and they're all in line for another one. I'm like, the item is 2 fucking rows down. Go get it.
So when it comes to Costco, again, I
love
think
Costco.
that what you need to do, well, maybe not, but maybe for Costco, I think you need to pay that extra dollar, the extra dollar amount that you have to pay to get in an hour earlier
Oh,
to
I
do
am
an
in the
hour
second the store
earlier.
opens.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
no,
that's what
I
you
don't think it'll help, but
or you need to just make so much money that one of two things. You never have to go shopping again. You can hire somebody to do it for you, or you can go like an hour before it opens and pay somebody extra to like let you come in and just go by yourself.
oh my god, if I'm
That
gonna
would
pay
be
extra, I'm gonna have someone deliver it to my house then,
well,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Or you could just sit in your car and they could bring it out to you.
Yeah, no,
Ah,
no.
you're
I
missing
gotta
out,
get my own
really.
shit.
That,
Fuck
that
that.
that's a great way to do things.
You good there?
Excuse me. No, I
Was
just
that store Federated? Remember Fred Rated? Federated?
oh, I
Is
do
that what it
remember
was
that.
called?
I do remember
Do you know
Federated.
what store I'm talking about?
Fred R rated.
Fred
Yeah,
R rated, yeah,
I don't
Frederated.
really remember what store you're I remember
It
where
was
it
an
was. It was
electronics kind of
across the street from the mall. It was, like, on the far left on the end, right?
yes. Yeah, I think there's like a restaurant there now or something. So or there's something. It's over by where Trader Joe's was. It's in that
Yeah, it's
area.
to the left of that of
Yeah,
Trader
yeah.
Joe's was.
But that was a long, long time ago.
So long ago.
I
Yeah,
mean, I'm not even
Fred
sure Big
R
Five
rated.
was there then, so
Fred R
it was
rated.
a long time ago. But yeah, that's I got my stereo system from there, my double cassettes. That's how I
Ooh,
mastered my freaking mixed 80s tapes with that stuff. I was,
nice, nice.
yeah. And you could actually play your mixtapes and record yourself listening to your mixtape singing to it or whatever cuz we're always like playing the drums to it or trumpet or some shit. So that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
to try to find that tape.
I
I
don't
got to
remember
try
the
to
name of
find
that
that.
store, but that was one that it was so fucking weird the way they did it. I don't know. I mean, I remember I just there were just so many which now we look back and we're just like, God, why'd they do it that way? That was so stupid. That was the only way we knew how to do it. That's the only way we
Yeah.
knew to do it.
We didn't have a lot of options back
Did
then,
not have a
so
lot of options. But
no.
yeah, there was a lot of places that like they had a store. Well, the eBay store. You remember the eBay store? That wasn't too long ago.
No.
But they had an eBay store where you could take your stuff in there and they would sell it on eBay for
Oh,
you, and they
really?
would keep, like, a percentage of it for
That's actually smart.
those of us who are, like, computers challenged or whatever, if you had no clue how to do it, you
Well, I
could
mean,
take
it can be intimidating, you know.
yeah. And then some of them actually had items in them, but you didn't necessarily bid on them. You could just purchase them for a price within this store. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
I don't know. I don't know, dude. Um,
That's funny. Well, I
um,
know we got like another couple minutes before we're gonna hit our time. I think I can't remember how much it was before it crashed. I did want to bring up one more thing.
okay.
Um, I don't know if I'm sure you remember. I'm almost 100% sure you're gonna remember, but you're not gonna remember things the way I do because I was a little bit older than you then. So,
You were so much
um,
older than me.
I want to talk about Mad Magazine.
Ugh,
Okay.
love
Yeah.
it.
I they pan movies so the kids didn't need to see them, right? I mean, I could grab that Mad magazine. I could go through whatever movie they were panning, and
Uh-huh.
because it was R-rated, I would never get to see it because I'm a kid. But I could learn everything about
Right.
that movie just from them panning it. And then when I see the movie, I can see the sarcasm in them, what they were panning when I finally do see
Yeah.
the movie. It was always amazing. And then of course, the added bonus of getting the plastic records in there, super
Oh,
spectacular day with the 8 different
that
endings.
was the
We
best
played the fuck out of that record, I'll tell
because
you what.
it had different endings.
8 different endings.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
and that was so clever. How did
It
they do that?
was. It was just the way they grooved it. I don't know. It was
How
so
they did that.
cool.
It's so amazing. It was just a little flimsy piece of shit.
Oh yeah. Just a
Oh,
little
that's so
flimsy piece of
great.
plastic. But yeah, I looked it up on YouTube, of course. And they had all of the endings. So
It's on
if you
there?
look it up, yep, yep.
Yes.
Look it up and listen to it, and it gives you each
Time to
individual ending. And
begin.
I forgot how funny some of them were. I was like, oh my god, a
Quarter
quarter
past 8.
past
Pick
eight, you
up your
pick up your
blind date.
blind date. I knew you'd be into that. I was like, okay, I knew she'd remember that one.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them, and they go all the way to the end. It's not such a
Oh
super
my gosh, that
spectacular
is so
day, and then it moves on to
hilarious.
the next one. The bells are ringing and the birds are singing. You're like, what am I?
And they sit on your windowsill, saying,
Yeah. This
"Surely,
is
surely, most plainly see us
most
definitely
definitely a
super
super
spectacular
spectacular day
day."
until. Sorry. But yeah, Mad Magazine was pretty. I liked watching Spy versus Spy.
Spy versus Spy was great.
Yep. Yep.
So good. And then yeah, just all of the shit that they used to do, the for better for not for better for worse, it was something else.
No, yeah, there was another one. I can't remember all of them, but yeah, it was the record thing was
It was
just beyond
brilliant.
the most.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, and we played that thing to death. I mean, to death. So yeah, it was worth it.
Death.
I wish I still had that. I have my records. I just don't know what I have in there. I haven't been in my records in like freaking 20 years. So
Where
who
are they?
knows? They're in a box in the garage.
Oh, that's a
The
good place
box
for
stuff.
them.
Huh?
That's a good place for them because it doesn't get hot in there or anything.
Well, it does, but they're off on a pallet in a box, so they're not on the floor. They're pretty safe where they are compared to the rest of the garage.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Well, is there anything else you can think of?
Not right now. No.
My dog is snoring up a storm.
Who
All right.
sings
Well,
Voices Carry?
what's that?
Who sings that song? Voices Carry.
It's Till Tuesday.
There you go. Thank you.
Her name is Amy something. I can't remember. She's a good singer though.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
Do voices carry? Do they carry us
No,
off
I
this
just thought of that
podcast?
song the other day, and I was like, "How 80s is this song? I love it."
Oh, it's her hairstyle. Everything
Yes,
screams
that
like
little stupid
punk
braid. He
80s.
pulls that braid down almost in the opera.
And the fucking feathers in the braid. Yeah, it's yeah.
He's such a
But I mean, for the
douchebag
time, she was
bro.
chic.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
that was
Even now,
fucking.
I
She
think,
was
but
top shelf back then.
yep.
That's funny. All
All right.
right. Well,
Well,
I hope you have a good week and
same
take it
to
easy and
you,
don't
60-year-old.
forget to
Spay
spay
and
and neuter.
neuter.
There you go.
Adopt a pet.
Adopt
All
a
right.
pet. Peace
Thank
out.
you.
I love you too. Bye.
Okay, bye. Me.